Alrighty, and here's the video review for Beast Hunter's Voyager GRIMWING with Blackbeak, his little weapon buddy. His instructions refer to him as some sort of aerogriff or something like that, but basically a griffin. He's got the wings here. Not super posable. I mean, he's got a little bit of posability in the legs. The hinges here. His head can go up and down. His mouth does open and close here. Just like that. And ball joint on the neck, so not bad. Blackbeak can come off. Blackbeak's alright. As a little companion weapon. I like the claw weapon. And it kind of reminds me of like Tallyhawk from the old Silverhawks line, or any of the little birds that came with him that would clip onto their arm and had like capture claw action and things like that. He does not have a capture claw action. He has a missile action. And you actually have to. Right now, the string is wrapped around this post here, but basically, you use the string to pull it back, and then when you push this button, it's just a friction ball joint. It fires the missile. Not very well, I found. Let's see if we can. Wow, it doesn't want to fire at all today. So I mean, like, neat idea, not horrible execution, but not really a just even. Man, this is not, like, that's it. That's all it wants to do. It does not fire. Oh, there we go. Fired a little bit there, but it's not going to fire. I mean, I don't know why they put this long string on it. It's not going to fire out past the end of the string, and it may even be worth it to just cut the string off and use it as a missile, because the string doesn't really. I mean, I guess unless you're counting as a capture claw where you can reel somebody back in, but not the best gimmick in the world. Neat little idea. Like I said, not the best gimmick. And then when you're storing him, which I tend to just do all the time, you can wrap the string around this little tab back here, and then this piece itself just plugs right back into his back to complete his back. I give him credit for that, for executing that type of storage, and then making it so it becomes like integrated into the weapon itself without just having a bunch of string hanging out everywhere. So there's that. But that's Blackbeak. We'll set him off to the side. Now, to transform GRIMWING, he's reminiscent of Beast era TFs in that he is kind of a stand-up, flip out the robot head transformation. More involved than just that, but not much. So basically, you straighten out the legs here. You can bring the foot on this joint down here, down, and then bring this heel piece down. Connect that leg together. Bring the whole knee up, give him a little bit more knee room. Knee posability there. And there's a leg. And the same thing over here. Pull the knee joint out. Bring this all the way down. Bring the heel down. Put the leg all together. And then this whole assembly right here pushes up into the waist. And you do kind of have to use a little bit of force right here until it snaps into place. Otherwise, it's just going to be really loose and sliding him down every time you pick him up. So now he's standing up. And you can see we don't have much further to go here. Flip the outer wings down. You can leave them up if you want. The instructions say to flip these down and make it more of a cape here on him. Bring the arms down. These pieces are going to flip up to form as shoulder plates, but it's easier after you flip his head down. And then you just rotate the hand out and flip the thumb for the hand. Open up these chest plates here, like that, and this whole assembly comes, you open up, pull the chest apart, and this whole assembly unpegs, like this, comes forward, and there's a little tab here that's supposed to plug in up here. It's very loose for that. I've got a couple layers of some extra vinyl from a Repro Satsu label, which you remember I reviewed earlier. You can use some tape, future floor polish, anything you need to thicken that tab a little bit. Otherwise, it's very loose. But once you get it just right, like 2 layers of the Repro Satsu vinyl, if you have those, we'll fix it right up. But push this down. Otherwise, this just doesn't stay into place. But that'll lock it down pretty well. Bring the head down like this. Fold the wings on there. And I've also, this tab's a little loose, so I've got some wrapped around there too. But tab that onto there. And then flip his head forward and snap it into place. Should snap in there tighter than that, but whatever. And then bring these shoulder pads up. And there's GRIMWING in robot mode. And he's got a really neat robot mode. I like his colors. This was snapping in much better earlier. But yeah, I like his colors. He's very posable. You got the ball joints down here as well as the joint up here in the ankle. You can move the heel piece to wherever you feel happy with it. Hinged elbows, wrist joints, some posability at the shoulder. They're not. Oh, you can kind of see that little turbine inside there turns. Double hinge at the shoulders, a bicep swivel, and it does have a ball jointed head. So not bad. And when I mentioned I was talking about Silverhawks earlier, you can have him hold the weapon in his hand. Like even though his thumbs flip out, he does still have a standard peg hole there in his hand. Or you can, again, like the old Silverhawks toys, attach this to his wrist like that. So yeah, very nice looking guy. A little simplistic transformation, but not as simple as the stuff they're putting out next year. If you watched any of the stuff from BotCon, where they've basically just upscaled Cyberforce toys to Voyager class price points. But we'll get into that some other time. But overall, I think he's really striking. I think I like his color. Like I said, I like his coloration, and I think he's a really neat looking figure. So there it is, Voyager GRIMWING. All right, one more quick thing before we go. I forgot to do a size comparison. He's actually a little taller than lots of standard Voyagers. I mean, I guess they are getting a little taller again, but you can see he's actually a little bit bigger than. Well, depending on how you have his heels. Now he's a little shorter than Sandstorm, but still a nice decent size. Sandstorm's actually really big. If you have Springer, you know that he's actually a pretty tall guy. But yeah, there we go, Voyager GRIMWING. If you see him, pick him up. I wouldn't go nuts trying to find him, but he's pretty cool.